Guys, welcome to episode number 23 this week. This is your king and your luckiest man, Zach Dawson. I know it's been a long week, guys. That's king and the luckiest man. Nice for this week. First you talk about the Super Mario Galaxy review and, pretty much a few other things this week. Just to really have, I don't want to, here's the thing, guys. As king and the luckiest man, I don't want to say everything else has been tied up as much. Or anything with the horns on it, to see how everything else has been going, and, you guys have been dying to see what I've been up to, and what I've been having got going on for a while.
Understood.
But guys, today's date is, today's date, it is April 2nd, 2025.
I cannot wait. I'm ready.
So, I haven't read much, but I will say, if you want to talk about PlayStation raising their prices, like say for the PS5, PS5 Pro, PlayStation Portal. So from what I've heard, the prices are going to be a little more stacked up. I believe starting today. So apparently with everything else being glued, I tackled Thief yesterday. Thief overall was good. It was just a little more rainy, to get through yesterday, which some of us may or may not expect. And so does that really comfort us at this point in time? Just to really have, solid notation, enough to relate on. And pretty much going non-stop of working and whatnot. And pretty much stop at nothing at this point. But it has been, and it still has been a week, guys. I was also going to be doing, Hogwarts Legacy this past Sunday. But I actually did find out, we're expecting some, new PS Plus games this coming week. Which we'll get to that in just a little while. We'll talk about it once we get a time or get a shot. So how is everyone today? Coming out of my 4 priorities with you guys in the chat. But like I said, everything else has been the same. Everything else has been good. But if you look at every single refrigerator, somebody would say the following. But somebody would say, what do you mean we all look the same? And that's the only thing right there. But everything else, guys, has been the same. Not exactly feeling lackluster at this point in time. So, everything else has been good, during the last number of days this week. Not exactly including this past Tuesday, if you guys think about it. Just to waltz right in for a while. Been a little bit tired today, and, I slept good this morning. But yeah, guys, I always have a good night's sleep every time, so that's pretty much all easier said than done. No, if a lot of you want to speculate what's been going on, if you want to talk about what's been going on with gaming, what's been going on with, whatever, or whoever, at this point. No, I didn't watch any wrestling yesterday, as far as I can tell you. I'm trying to think what we're doing, guys. Yeah, I haven't read much, apparently. Well, loves Nanny Asper and Rose Dark make a love shout out. Happy April 2nd to you guys in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining this live stream. I'm starting to sound like Lalab Sahi at this point in time, so. As long as nobody has to really hide as much, or you talk about just wanting to, have pretty good steam, if you will, so. But yeah, guys, as far as what's been going on this week, like I said, guys, same old for a while today, so. That's all there is to it. Not to have any complaints or, anything else that's going either direction would have a good response. That's all there is. Blueberry, make a love shout out. Thank you for joining us today. Well, as you guys, let me get right to the point. If you guys want my take about the review for Super Mario Galaxy, well, I know my two love and I still want to tackle the crap out of it this weekend, and we're still waiting on the day and times this week, and as far as I know, from what I've heard, I did check out the reviews, and apparently the reviews behind the sequel to Mario were not exactly that great. That's not exactly my opinion, but apparently the reviews thought. If you want to talk about the reviews, people thought the movie overall was just okay. But according to IGN.com, guys, according to IGN, they actually thought the movie was just alright. Nothing was exactly surprising. Not causing enough electricity to really bond. And we already knew, we were going to be expecting, and already having, not to switch gears or, self-termination on it. We were expecting, guys, what do you call it? I'm trying to think for a minute. Guys, the first debut of, from a different gaming franchise, coming out of, the sequel to Mario, and that is, Star Fox. Now, we all know Star Fox has been out for a long time. Guys, if you guys remember, Nintendo recently did games with Star Fox over the years. Now, if I remember, I think it was the 1990s. You guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. It's King, guys, and the luckiest man in the chat today. Played a Star Fox game in my entire career. Guys, coming out of Nintendo. And, if you guys think, and, guys, at this point in time, usually it would really carry that type of info, that type of game in general. But as far as I know, the game itself, coming out of Star Fox specifically, from what I've heard, Star Fox is not bad of a character. It never is. And then, Super Mario Galaxy does have, apparently Comic Book coming out of Facebook actually did there's actually not one, but exactly two post-credit scenes. Which I'm not sure if you guys want me to tell you guys what's been going on and what's happening with that. I told my two love and Meryl, and I'm on priorities out of 4, guys. I wasn't going to say anything. Before I get to anything, guys, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. With our biggest, strongest, I repeat, fellas, our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, existing, wonderful, kindly.
I still have the will.
I repeat, fellas, our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, electrifying, loving, caring, supportive, wonderful, awesome, strongest power of our community.
Where to?
Our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, strongest power of our community, guys. We can say we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. But remember, guys, if any of you today, if you guys did pull out a joke for April Fool's yesterday, I feel like you pretty much got a lot of laughs to kick in. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure you do. But, guys, there's enough to really kid aside and, not to toot their own horn or anything. But everything else, guys, Chief overall is good. Now, I repeat, if you guys want to talk about, the reviews for Super Mario Galaxy, as we all know, that is officially the sequel to the very first one, since the first one came out back in 2023, and people thought the first Mario was good. We talk about really good, in its own way, and also in its own direction, and also Nintendo having its own pace. I think that's a lot of things to figure out. But if you guys remember one Easter egg from the very first Mario movie, and that is who's behind that one that one egg. And it does really remain who's really behind that, you may ask, guys, from your king and your luckiest man. And guess who's behind that egg? The one and only. And he does exactly start with a Y. That's Yoshi. So, from what I've heard, guys, actor Donald Glover was scheduled to be... I mean, apparently Donald Glover recently wanted to play Yoshi in Super Mario Galaxy, you know, due to the sequel. And apparently Donald Glover did actually state the following that was almost going to be the plan for him to start pitching the idea. But, no. Apparently, guys,
Let's get this over with.
When somebody else decided to pitch an idea to play an acting role, we look at Mario, we look at Sinners, you look at several movies for a long time. Especially if you're playing somebody alongside, you know, any actor you're playing. Anybody you can think of, you know, guys, everybody's got their own thing. Everybody's got no sci-fi around it. And, I mean, if you guys think about it in its own perspective, its own story, its own motive and whatnot, well, that was going to be the only other backup plan. To have Donald Glover do some with Yoshi. I haven't heard anything, guys, I haven't heard any more about the sequel to Lord of the Rings, Return of the King yet. I've heard we're supposed to get something, I mean, my guess, I mean, I would assume, I'll stick with one word, guys. I would assume we still get something, I believe, later on, I mean, towards the fall of this year. But I'm not going to say for sure. I mean, there's enough time to really balance and carry. At least for now. But yeah. I haven't heard much that I can tell you. I'm going to double check with Antibox. No, it does not exactly count as in gaming news. It really does not. So, I mean, as far as anything else, a lot of other stuff would start relating. You know, and pretty much not make any bad ideas or anything, you know, with any hints or doubts. Or saying yes or no between the movies. You know, but as far as I do know, guys, for now, since, between my true love and I still really want to tackle Super Mario Galaxy this weekend. But we don't know exactly what time. Because, you know, they're always doing some grocery shopping and going after dinner at the end of the night every Saturday, depending who's picking. And that's always easier said than done. You know, you always want to get something done frequently. You want to get something done, you know, that's the same, not exactly, you know, guys, not feeling exactly what it could really be, or, you know, have enough money to really do shopping. You know, anything with groceries at this point in time. You know, people want to, you know, get on their way. And a lot of us do. But yeah, as far as anything else, I repeat, Steve was good yesterday. I go back today, guys, with Nick and Pete, and also nice people today at Steve. So I go back today, guys, 2 to 7. And then my ass gets to relax tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. So, I'm going to go on my request for tomorrow already. So we'll talk a little more about that later on this morning. Now, as far as anything else goes, now, Super Mario Galaxy, since a lot of people thought, pretty much in their own reviews, and also in their own analysis.
Doesn't look good.
If you guys remember how much, that movie, that sequel to Super Mario, the first Super Mario movie, was the first we're getting. So, apparently, guys, if you remember,
got me to contend with.
The opening day that Super Mario Galaxy was going to hit, apparently, guys, Nintendo did report that, that Super Mario Galaxy was getting an opening box office record. And that record is closer to, $365 million. You guys heard me right. 365 exactly. So I don't believe it's a bad idea. I believe that's a good start. If you want to talk about a movie just like that, I mean, that's a good start to really start
I'm sorry.
a movie in theaters, and not to bury your hats in this month. But you know, I feel like it's not a bad idea at all. I mean, if you want to talk about making a big impact on a sequel, on an original movie, if you want to do something that's more, you know, exciting, of how much that movie's going to be going, and how much they're going to really start jumping in, you know? I don't see why not. I mean, 365 is a really good start. I mean, excellent. I mean, it's actually just a real good start, at least for sure. But the thing about the review, I mean, from what I've heard,
I needed that.
the movie itself sort of done a lot better.
Ready and waiting.
Even, a lot of people actually enjoyed the very first Mario movie. I mean, how many people do they actually really need? That's the only thing. And then apparently Jack Black actually reported earlier this week that they're already planning on doing. I mean,
do this.
from what I've heard, Nintendo is trying to work something out, according to Jack Black, but we don't know that for sure. I can tell you guys right now, I haven't heard much about that. So for somebody to really say they want to stick out and have an answer to, if again, a Super Smash Bros. Crossover movie, I'll just have one word answer. No. Because, I mean, if we get a lot of that, you know, a lot of people would be adding, you know, like Waluigi or Mario. And here's the thing, guys. Wario is not in Super Mario Galaxy. That I can tell you right now. He is not in Super Mario Galaxy. I'm telling you. I mean, if he was gonna be in it, Super Mario Galaxy would have done better.
You've still got work to do.
But I did check out other percentage reviews this week. Now, Super Mario Galaxy actually got released yesterday, coming out of opening day. So, but if you guys want to talk about who's in it, we still got to say Mario, Luigi, Peach, and also somebody did say Princess Peach should be Queen Peach. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Why would Peach be the queen? I mean, if she was going to be the queen, she would have had enough to order. I mean, she wouldn't actually have Bowser be the ruler. I would assume Mario would be a prince. But you know, guys, Mario was never a prince in the Mario series, coming out of Nintendo. So But if you want to talk about, you know, it's not to have any worthlessness or anything, from what I've heard, and as far as Mario is concerned, I have heard Charlie Day wants to do something with a movie called Luigi's Mansion. You see, guys, if you haven't, here's the thing: if you guys haven't seen Charlie Day do his thing, or whatever, what kind of TV show he's in, what movies he's actually in, for sure, pretty much in your own way, or if you guys haven't exactly seen him act at all, you guys are living under a rock right now. Charlie Day is a really good actor. Not to cause a damn distress or anything. But Charlie Day is exactly that good of an actor. He plays Luigi in the first two Mario movies now, and he's also in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with Danny DeVito as we speak.
Better at this.
And that show's been going around for a while. Even though, what's his face? Danny DeVito is actually doing some with ads for Josie Mike's. Because I haven't been to Josie Mike's at all. I've heard their food is not bad. But it's just that I've never had a single thing from them. I have not. But no worries. I mean, but yeah. So that's exactly what I've been hearing. And then Jack Black also did say, if Nintendo starts making Super Mario Bros. 3, That's something that Zach Black would really, really want to continue to do is Bowser. But
I'm
now,
up
in my
against it.
opinion, guys, if we actually do get some with that in mind, actually, I'm gonna get out of this battle. I don't want to be tired of it stuck. We'll get ourselves sticky. But I repeat, fellas. I mean, if we want to talk about if we're getting a Louise's Manson, I have heard Harley Day wants to do some with that. I mean, I would assume maybe next year. And then you have Zach Black actually saying whatever he's got to say, coming out of School of Rock, and also him. All I
Right.
know is, guys,
I
him
cannot
being
wait.
a
Then it's your choice.
fire-breathing
I thought you'd never
character
ask.
in the
Lead
two
the
Mario
way.
movies. That's Zach Black. So
No turning back.
I've always thought Bowser has been the only rival for Mario since the very beginning. And the thing about Super Mario Galaxy is, as a matter of fact, guys, from what I've heard on the reviews on top of that, is they've always thought there's been a lot of Easter eggs from other Mario games and its own projects, and also past and present, you know? And it really has. But yeah, I haven't played a Mario game. Sick, guys, I haven't played any Mario game in a long time.
Leave
The
this to
only
me.
favorite Mario game I used to play recently was Super Mario World. And also doing hacks, but I haven't played hacks in a while. I think it's been like a couple weeks, but it's always been here and there. So as far as I know, as far as when, if we're actually, if we're at Mario 3 in the future, I don't think we'll get a third Mario movie. I mean, the same thing with Luigi's Mansion, guys. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think we'll get a a Mario 3, a Mario 3 in the future anytime soon. If I'm just predicting right now, from what I've heard, probably in a couple years. As King Guys and the Luckiest Man. So from what I've heard probably in a couple years. And that's according to
stop
Jack
now.
Black. But Nintendo has not verified it yet. That I can tell you. Well, you see, if we're looking at Luigi's Mansion, there's another movie. And that's The Legend of Zelda. Now, I don't see Luigi's Mansion getting close to The Legend of Zelda. Now, if you want to say, they're making that movie closer to The Legend of Zelda and coming out at the same time, no. No, they're not, because people would have an understand. A lot of us would understand how many people want to praise, how many people want to start rushing into movies. The creators and other people, all I know is, guys, the directors and writers, they do not rush into movies, and a modernization, because, the only way I'll see if we're actually getting that movie, first and foremost, if we're actually getting those sources that are telling us something, like I said, guys, if we're actually getting some with, actually, guys, my black mains is going to use Flare on Chocobo. That way we can have Chocobo have a little something warm, and pretty much in its own way. But I repeat, fellas, if we actually want to figure out when those two movies are releasing, I doubt it's going to be released the same time that Avengers Doomsday is. You see, Doomsday is going to be out firsthand. From what I've heard, that's going to be releasing on December 11th, as far as I can tell you. But it's really, it's tough to really think when those two movies are releasing. Between Luigi's Mansion and, yes, guys, not exactly Luigi's Mansion 2, but also a third Mario movie already. I mean, we don't need, well, we don't exactly need that right now. I mean, not right now. Which we can all say, guys, and to verify. Super Mario Galaxy,
Trust in
now,
yourself.
you guys remember what I mentioned before. I still think Super Mario Galaxy is still surpassing $1 billion. That's what I still think. But yeah, that's what I exactly think. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't want to say if nothing is going to be carried out, you know, and spats or, you know, something in the back, you know. But no worries. I mean, Super Mario Galaxy, I repeat, Super Mario Galaxy is going to be surpassing $1 billion. That's what I think. I think it's still going to happen this year. So we'll see. We'll see what else stands and delivers. We'll get to social media in the next 5 minutes, guys. So we'll get to that in a bit. Now, but as far as anything else, I'm gonna go to anti-box facts for a minute. But yeah, from what I've heard, let me go to the other one real quick. But alright, guys, I'm gonna go to. I think I'll probably start doing some with. I'm actually going to use a bit of a protect between these two. As you guys saw, I used flare over that chocobo just now. But yeah, I had a good night's sleep today. That I can tell you. Matthew Love and I and Bear and Spirit, we actually watched Batman Forever due to the late Val Kilmer. The late Val Kilmer, best known for Batman, Iceman from the 2 Top Gun movies. And Matthew Love was crying at the end, and you know we miss him. I don't think Beryl actually, you know, care for Val Kilmer. But I've always thought, guys, the actor was good. He was a really good actor. At least for so. So guys, when we get to a bit of a piece of Anti-Box, then we'll get to social media. Now, you guys remember who plays, now if you guys remember Star Fox, they actually do have him in, Super Mario Galaxy. I repeat, guys, my 211 and I will be still tackling it this weekend. We don't know the damn time though. I mean, as far as I know, I still think it's going to be an earlier time, pretty much in its own perspective. So, but apparently, guys, Glenn Powell, the one that voices, told me right. He actually does do Star Fox. You guys remember his first name, and that is Fox McCloud. Now, if you guys, the one that plays as Fox McCloud, his name is Glenn Powell. So apparently, he was actually called and pitched himself to Nintendo and Illumination for the voice of Fox McCloud and the Mario sequel. And he actually did state the following. So guys, when he actually got the job for, you know, the role for Fox McCloud and Super Mario Galaxy, well guys, let me tell you something.
What is it?
I mean, I haven't seen I haven't seen Glenn Powell play any of his movies. I know he's not in Zone Cronin's Mummy. I know he's not in that this year. I mean, as far as I know, he's not. So apparently, guys, from what I've been seeing is, hold on a minute. I'm trying to find the leak. So guys, the leak is, so apparently, guys, Glenn Powell did actually state the following. That, I know he was honored, but apparently, guys, he actually did explain that we had to understand how deeply he loved the character of Fox McCloud. His dream was one day to be part of a Star Fox movie. Now, if you want to talk about a Star Fox movie, I feel like Nintendo should be considering some of that because, you know, Star Fox is known as no bad of a character from Nintendo. Now, this is exactly the first time that Star Fox has actually been in a Nintendo movie. But there's also a bit of a hint that Nintendo wants to do some with Metroid. Now,
Here we
I
go.
remember playing one
Cannot wait.
Metroid game, guys, when I was growing up. And I haven't played Metroid in a long time. Now, if you want to talk about the best
It's time.
out of any
Thought
movie
you'd never
or any
ask.
TV show from
Lead the
Nintendo,
way.
let me tell you something.
At the ready.
The only Metroid game I remember playing is Metroid Prime Hunters. Now, that game wasn't too bad. I've always thought the game was fine. And then if you want to talk about Metroid Prime 4, now Metroid Prime 4 is really good. Nintendo thought they actually did an awesome job by playing the game and setting the stage. You know, and you guys get the idea. So, it's just, I mean, people have their own ways of making, you know, TV shows coming out of Nintendo, and you know, enough to really verify of who's going to be acting who's going to be directing, and not to flip a coin mostly. But as far as I can recall, they don't want to place too much on making Metroid right now. I mean, I don't see. I mean, the only main focus that they got to do, you know, what Nintendo needs to improvise first and have enough in their books, is an only focus on The Legend of Zelda for now. But if they want to do something with Metroid, they can wait. That's just my opinion. Now, as far as Luigi's Mansion goes, I mean, we don't know exactly when those movies are going to happen. Depends on when Super Mario Galaxy is ending its theatrical run. I mean, I don't see an ending until probably next couple months from now. I mean, that's what I think. You know, guys, every single movie ends with a interesting and also enough of a prevalence to, you know, have a buttload of money in this box office. But like I said, guys, I mean, I repeat, I still think Super Mario Galaxy will end up a little bit more than exactly what it's got. And what it's gonna be ending up with, so. But no worries. But alright guys, speaking of other stuff, now we can get to social media. Alright guys, so, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, you want Thursday mornings, guys, based on the schedule. If I'm at WoW or Chief, if you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, be sure to hit that like button, support, find, and comment. Remember guys, like, share, comment, and follow. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can type them in the chat, in the live chat. And your king, guys, and your luckiest, handsome man will give you guys an answer. Remember guys, nothing's final, and that's your final answer. And I'll ask you guys, out of my 4 priorities, is that's your final answer. I mean, especially if it's a good answer. Depends how confident you are, so. But yeah, I do want to go back to playing, you know, Hogwarts Legacy on Sundays. But my ass has been, here's the thing guys, my ass has just been relaxing. I've been tired. I've just been, you know, resting after work, and I haven't bought any time to do that. But by the time, I have heard we are getting new PS Plus games, on the first Tuesday of next week. So if you guys haven't read it, I guess we did check out what we're actually getting. I do know we are getting, all 3 remasters of Tomb Raider, so. And as a matter of fact, guys, I for one haven't played Tomb Raider in a long time, since
Never a doubt.
PlayStation, you know, got all of those games figured out. You know, played by Lara Croft, and her being exactly a, you know, a spy, or, you know,
It'll take
kind of
more than that.
like playing any other game like Splinter Cell or any other game in its own perspective, and also at the same point at the same time. So, I was never a huge fan of Tomb Raider, but I've heard Tomb Raider's been doing, you know, not too bad in its own reviews. The only movie I've seen, like I said, guys, the only movie I've seen, you know, of Tomb Raider is with Angelina Jolie. That's the only movie I know exactly. So, That's the only movie I can think of, but the official recent one, probably not. I mean, not as much as I can figure out as much. So, you guys get the idea. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys do have any questions or concerns, you guys can type them in the chat, in the live chat. Anything you want. Also guys, the most important thing, and the most important rule, goes pets up, make a love shout out. Are you new to the group? You guys can check out Ghost Pets Up. I mean, I was going to tell Lala's Zonaline, where's a coffee shop? So you never know. Oh, you are new. Are you a huge fan of RPGs? Or are you a huge fan of baseball? With me as king and the luckiest man? Or my brother Beatles? And that would be Beatles eternally. Let's get to Beatles in just a few minutes, guys. Let's just get started. But I repeat, fellas, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. Love, support, and respect is the key, guys. See, awesome and creative. We are at 642 mods right now. That's exactly what we are ending up for the time being. Not to have a lot of electricity, say people would start being harming, you know, being doubtful, or doing something differently on it. You know, people have their own perspective on it. That's all there is. But yeah, we are at 642 mods today. If you guys want to be mods in the chat, if you guys want to drop your live streams in the chat, let me know. That way, also, you guys and the followers, my mods and the followers, can really do something with that in hand. Which is not going to be a bargain. Which it really is not going to be as bad, or if you want to talk about disturbance. And that would be, guys, disturbance in the Force. Or having resistance in the Force, or something. But yeah, we are at 642 mods today, which is pretty much excellent. Depending where we also want to be in our own professional way, or pretty much something much more protective. But yeah, guys, remember, guys, that's all we gotta do. If people haven't seen you do anything, it's not that hard to figure out. It hasn't been that much to cause any distress, or cause anything.
Let's get this over
That's
with.
more to get enough attention. So you guys can see, it's already starting to rain right now, so I don't have to be out until I go back with the nice people at Steve, along with Nick and Pete, till, I have a P5, fellas, not until this afternoon. But after today, guys, I get to relax tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. But I repeat, we don't know what time,
I'll take care of that.
for 9 years, guys, of our pizza. We don't know when my true love and I are tackling Mario, at least by then. I mean, I would assume probably in the afternoon. That's all, I mean, as far as I know. But alright, guys, that's all I can maybe predict. I mean, slightly predict, at least. But alright, guys, and yes, guys, knowledge is power. When we meet and greet, we want to see how people are doing, see how the channels are doing, see how everybody else is, you know, getting around, you know, have a lot of smiles, have a lot of laughs and whatnot. You know, it's kind of like always having your only happy place. I mean, if we look at Happy Gilmore, he pretty much had his happy place. You know, and he was basically played as, played by Adam Sandler back then. And then they actually made a sequel to that, so. So, I haven't seen the sequel of that. I've heard it was not that funny in the second half. But you guys all know. It was not.
Got me to contend
That
with.
I can tell you. In its own way. You know, guys, at the same point, at the same time. Well, yeah, guys, we're at 642 months today. So you guys can check something clear. And also, enough to add. Yeah, guys, we meet and greet. We want to have a lot of socialization. And we don't want to hide Easter candy. As we all know, guys, Easter is coming up this weekend. And that is exactly Sunday. I don't have to worry about working Sunday, either way. Because that's my next request. So we're not watching Mario on that Sunday. So, as far as I know, good chance possibly Saturday. But no doubts. Also, guys, anytime we manage to
Hold
find,
still.
anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, you guys want to check out people's channels. The
I
best
must
way to do it,
concentrate.
guys, introduce yourself. Do not hide people behind their backs or anything. But if you guys want to know anything about yourself, or do something, help people's channels. It's all easier said than done, you know. Everybody's got enough to really, not question themselves, see how well they're doing on the YT family. And then it does stand for, guys, YouTube family. And I'll just put in 2 words going forward, the YT family of our group.
You're mine.
But yeah, that's all we gotta do. But yeah, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we need to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's all we gotta do. If you guys want to know how long I've been on social media for, that's never been exactly hard to find, guys. But I have officially been on YouTube for 9 years. Been on Twitter, X, and Facebook for 7.
I won't let you down.
And my true love and I, guys, we've been together for 9 years for our pizza. I've been with my true love and Beryl, which is exactly one of our roommates, for the last 17 years. So, as far as I know, Beryl is not exactly a huge fan of Mario. I know she's a huge fan of Sailor Moon, Pokemon, and also any funny videos she
I'm
wants
getting better at
on
this.
YouTube. And as a matter of fact, she pretty much does.
Come on.
And I cannot love my true love and Beryl more than I can think of. You guys understand I can't, but they've always been my priorities out of 4, with you guys in the chat, 3 of our families, and, WoW and Chief, and, also RPGs and baseball. You guys heard me right, RPGs and baseball together, so. But no worries. You always want to take one step at a time. You don't want to get yourselves regretting. You don't want to create a lot of nonsense that's thrown in between. As long as people don't have to start pretending, so. It's like, it's alright if you love me. It's alright if you don't. But no worries. But everybody's got their own attention. Everybody's got their own ways. But yeah. I did lose my true love and Beryl once. I am losing the rest twice. That's not going to be the ritual. That's not going to be the plan. But everything else is going to be the same as it is. Okay, there we go. I'm messaging Lullup's Renzi real quick. But yeah, that's all we got to do. I do know. For 9 years, guys, my true love and I have enough to prepare for Saturday. I mean, people shouldn't have to believe critics that much. As long as we do our own thing and have enough to provide. That's all we can do. Alright guys, speaking of other stuff to provide, that's gonna wrap social media till... after today, guys, I'm off tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday every week, so... That's also the same as... the same thing every weekly. But you see, the 5th is not gonna be messed with. Since we all know that's exactly Easter. So, not sure what my true love and Beryl gonna be doing. As far as I know, my musketeer already had time for family over the weekend. So she spent time for family with the early Easter, so she does not have to do Easter twice. That I can tell you. And, some decide on something. But alright guys, that's gonna be the end of social media for today. We're gonna jump into Steam, and what I'm planning to do for tomorrow's seed deposit, guys, for requesting. Now this is gonna be a little bit interesting too, some authorizing, at least I can tell you. But yeah, I'm not gonna. Here's the thing, guys. With Wario not being in Super Mario Galaxy, while Luigi not being in Super Mario Galaxy, it doesn't exactly leave anything out. I don't believe it does, but I think there's enough to relate and enough to really see
Looking
what's
for
going
oil, but
on,
who needs that
and
thing? May I help with
you know,
by all
have enough to
means.
really not to have people be pulled aside and say
Are
we
you
got to
hanging?
talk, or we need to really get something done here.
May I
You know,
help?
now if you look at Star Wars, you know, Star Wars, George Lucas has been the only one behind the helm. Now, if you want to talk about who's behind the helm, Neil Druckmann. Neil Druckmann, guys, from, actually, guys, we're going to go to Lionel Castle today. I did tell you guys last week. So as you guys can see, I mean, before we get
Who
to
are
see him
you,
today,
and what
we
errand
got
brings you to
two
Lionel?
guardsmen and guarding Lionel Castle. And that is the one that's behind this one cliff on the left, got the one in the middle, and they got the one in the back. So,
I am
a few of
Agrius
them
Oates
actually
of the Lion's Guard.
gave us just a bit of a welcome, but not much of, you know, towards anything to start with.
My
Agrius
companions
actually
and I have journeyed from Morvon
introduces
Monastery
herself,
seeking
and
sanctuary.
she tells
By the
most of
grace of
us
Saint
have
Ajora,
journeyed
I bid
through
you open your
Albani
gate.
Monastery, you know, by the grace of Azora, and she wants them to open the gate.
The
And
graces
then the
of
knight
Saint
does state,
Ajora are in the
if you're
keeping
looking
of
at the
his
graces of
eminence here.
Saint Azora,
All who seek those graces are
all of us
given
can
like
see
treatment.
what's given
The gates of
from
Lionel
those
stand
good
open
graces
to
like
them.
treatment. And the one that stands Lionel between them.
Raise the gate!
So he tells them to raise the gate. So you don't have to look at Stewie and Brian, guys, raising up the gate. The ones that would may or may not kill Santa Claus. So, and that's through Family Guy. But alright, guys, we're gonna jump into Steam right about now.
Lady Agrius.
But speaking of Steam, guys,
In
we're gonna
such
jump into
circumstances
this.
as these,
So we
I
finally
am
reached the
fain to
Colonel
lend
de
you
la
whatever
Crux,
help I can.
and he actually does greet us, and he actually does see, you know, under circumstances through Agrius, that he's pretty much fiend towards whatever help he can get. A lot of us can get it.
I shall dispatch a courier
And
to
he actually
Malon
does
at
state
once.
he'll try to dispatch a
Marcel will
carrier
have
to
this news
Malandi,
from my own hand.
and then have High Confessor Marcel, you know, deliver the news by his own
We
time.
will expose
And then
Dugrag's misdeeds,
Connell does continue to
and
state
ensure
the following,
that no
guys, that
harm befalls you, Highness.
Connell is also going to be exposing Duglog's misdeeds, make sure no harm gets toward. The questioning, guys, is his High Confessor is going to hear anything beyond it?
Fear not,
And
dear
then
lady.
Connell
The matter
does
is in
exactly
my care
state,
now.
he does officially not state, not to fear. He said that the manor is in his care,
Princess Ovelia
saying that
can
Princess
scarce feel
Ovelia
at ease,
can
while
really
those
feel at
tasked with her
ease,
safety
since most of
are
them are
vexed
tasked
with
with her,
such worriment.
with her own safety, and also enough treatment.
You may enjoy the
And then,
comforts of the castle,
Connell does continue to
wanting
state,
though they are,
you guys can enjoy your
while we
comforts
await a
here in
reply
Lionel,
from Malond.
you know, while we await for Malandi. We're not tackling Malandi anytime soon. I mean,
You
for
are
a
most
while.
gracious,
And then,
Eminence.
Ovelia does have
Thank
her own
you.
presence checked. And she actually does say thank you to the Cardinal.
So long as Saint
And
Ajora is
apparently
our
he
guide,
also does state,
we have
as long
naught
as
to
Saint
fear,
Azora
child.
is in our guide, a lot of us don't have anything to harm and have nothing to fear on it. So that's a good
As
thing,
for
guys.
you, my young
And then
machinist,
as far
I
as
have given
what the Cardinal
consideration
sees
to your
in
troubles as well.
Masadio, he's already given consideration, guys, to Masadio's troubles. And that would also mean, guys, towards his father too.
Yours is not the
Saying
first
that he's
account
not
to
the
reach
first
my
one to
ear
read
concerning the
by
true
having the true
nature
nature
of the
of
Bart Trading
the
Company.
trading company. Was we all know the first name of the trading company, and that's Baert, and that's Bart's, or pretty much a different word
In the
at
Father's
this point.
name,
And then the
I
Cardinal
shall
does
dispatch a
mention
company of my
Masadio's father's
finest to
name,
Gog,
saying
and
that
have Ludovic
he'll try to do something for the
answer
company,
his many
the Gog,
sins.
and have Ludovic try to do his sins whenever he's get the time. So that's pretty much whatever results so they can really lie. And Masadio does say thank you to him,
Conditioned
saying
upon
that
this,
if he actually
I
does
would
hear
hear
the
the
reason
reason they
involving
choose
some
to
with
pursue you
a
and
little
your
more
father.
condition, then hold on. Then he and they can pretty much sue not just Mustadio, guys, but his father. So they try to talk it out for a minute, and then Mustadio does get stopped to the press by the Cardinal, saying that
Mayhap this will give
he
voice
wants
to
to
your
give,
words.
they want to give his voice to his words. That means so nothing happens between Mustadio and his father. Not to really, not to be spared. Then the Cardinal does present something, guys. Well, you guys can see. He's got a crystal.
You are familiar
You see,
with
guys,
the
not just
legend of
any
the
crystal.
Zodiac Braves?
Cardinal does also question if one of us is the legend of the Zodiac Braves. Not just any crystal,
Indeed.
guys.
In my youth,
You guys
I
can
often
see
heard a
what's
fanciful
inside
tale
of
of that
that.
name at mass.
There's an aspect behind that, which I'm not going to tell you guys just yet. So Agris does actually, mention to the Cardinal that he actually heard a tale of that name towards the mass. And then
Lady
Cardinal does
Agrias,
do a
surely you
few
do not
ho-hos for a
aver that the
minute,
church
saying
would
that
mislead
do
its
not
flock?
fear the church when mislead its flock.
No.
And then
of course
Agris
not,
does
Your
not
Eminence.
mean anything by it towards the Cardinal, with a few of us pretty much being present.
Long ago,
And Ovilia
before
does
the
tell a
mountains
little
had
bit of a
ceased
story
their
to the Cardinal,
wandering
saying that
and struck their
whatever
roots into
happened in the
earth,
mountains,
the
being struck to the
demonic
roots
Lucavi
between the
held
planet
dominion
Earth.
over the world.
And then she also involves Ludovic by a domination towards the world that we're at. So I don't believe Ovilia is telling the wrong demonstration to the Cardinal. I believe he's allowing her to hear it. Well, allowing him to hear it.
Seeking to end the chaos
And then
they wrought,
and then
the
Ovilia
god of
does
light
continue to
bestowed
state
a
she
refulgent
wants to end the
blessing
chaos they
upon
pretty much
valiant
started
and worthy
and bring the god
souls.
of light, guys, to bestow between the valiant and yes, guys, the souls that lie ahead.
12 were these warriors
Saying
of
that
light
the 12
who emerged
were pretty
to
much the
challenge
warriors
the
of light.
Lucavi.
That one of the talents,
In a long and bitter struggle,
that one
they
human
succeeded
being,
in driving their
involving
malevolent foes to
slow
the spirit
and bitter
world.
struggle.
And
Saying that
Ivalice again knew
most of us
peace.
succeeded, through the foes to the spirit world, and saying that Avilius is now in peace. So I don't see why
The
not.
12 each bore
And then
an
Ovilia does
Orsite
continue to
crystal
state the 12
emblazoned with a house of the
for
night
pretty much more
sky.
towards a Orsite crystal and evolving house of the night sky.
And so, in time,
And then she does also
warriors of
continue
light
with
became
Warriors of
known as
Light
the Zodiac
became
Braves.
Zodiac Braves. But that's pretty much the truth off the bat.
Thereafter,
And
whenever
then
the
Ovilia does
Lucavi
continue
have
to state,
again
guys,
threatened the world of men,
that
they have ever
that this one
returned to
character,
save us.
Lucavi, that they pretty much threaten the world of the men. That way they can get the stuff back to save us without any pride.
You have clearly been a
And that's
most
where the
apt
Cardinal does
pupil,
come in,
my
guys,
child.
saying that Ovilia's been an absolute people.
Elder Simon
I mean, everybody's been,
personally taught me
you know what they
this
say,
at
guys.
Aubonne, Eminence.
You know what they say? Think smart, not hard. So, so Ovilia does state, Elder Simon taught me that one train, coming out of Albani.
He also said that
And
Saint
then
Ajora,
Ovilia does state
son of
that
the
Saint
god of light,
Azura was the son of the god of
one
light,
of the 12.
and he was actually one of the 12.
Together, they
And then
saved the people of Ivalice
Ovilia does
from the
continue
tyranny
to
of the
pronounce,
holy
guys, that
Edoran Empire.
they saved the people of
which had
Ivalice
strayed down
from
a
the
path of
holy.
darkness.
I mean, it's pretty much the first time to mention coming out of Vala's holy Edoran Empire, which they pretty much strayed down the path of darkness.
We call the
And
crystals
then the Cardinal
of the
does
12
call
the
the
Zodiac
Stones, not only the 12 Warriors of Light, but the Cardinal does call it. I don't believe it's a bad influence, guys, but he actually calls it the 12 Zodiac Stones.
That which you see before
And once
you now
he actually does tell
is
the
a
story that
stone
stone
from that
has
very
very
legend.
legend of what he's got in hand. As you guys see, the crystal signs a bit, and then Masadio feels a bit down, saying that the aura does exist,
I did not
or
think
the
it
aura
possible.
at least. But he actually does not think it was possible, pretty much in its own way.
Or that it held the
And then the Cardinal
power
does
to
state,
keep the forces of darkness at
the crystal does hold a power
power
of darkness
the
at
god
bay,
of light.
but it does have the power of the god of light in it. Saying that,
I confess,
and then
I
Cardinal
feel
does
some power deep within,
officially
but my
confess
eyes
that
see only
he
a
does feel power
common
deep
crystal.
within, saying that he can only see a common crystal that would come to life, and really use it in his own will.
Mustadio, are you well?
And then
The colour has left your face.
Mustadio was questioned a little bit by Ramza by stating, "Are you okay?" and involving the color towards what he has in his facial fescue.
You have seen a
And
stone
then Cardinal
like
does
this
continue
one
to
beneath
state,
Gorg.
"You do have a stone
Have you
beneath
not?
Gog. Have you not?" I mean, Cardinal is making a little bit of
Machines
points,
whose
but
fires have long since
he's pretty much
scattered out
stiffer than
lie strewn in the
Gafgarian
tunnels
is.
beneath the city. But
Alright
pass
guys,
such a
Mustadio does
stone
continue
near
to
them,
state, the way
you
machine
can hear
starts
them
having
stir.
fire, apparently it does pass a stone near them, so he does talk a little bit. When he actually became a machinist, he always wanted to be like his father. That's all there is.
Then that
And
is
then the
what
Cardinal does
Ludovic
state,
Bart seeks. Your aura sight.
he thinks that's exactly what Ludovic really wants to seek. He wants Mustadio's aura sight.
I do not know what power these zodiac
And then
stones
Mustadio
hold.
does not know what it really holds for that. And depending on his father too, so. Oh, thank you, Love Loves Vinci. Thank you so much.
I know only that Ludovic
And then
hopes to find
Mustadio,
some way
the
to
only thing
harness this
Mustadio can
power
provide,
and make a
fellas, is
fearsome
Ludovic wants
weapon.
to find a way to harness his power and have some sort of a powerful weapon.
My father would not give them the
He
stone.
said that his father would not give
So
him
they
the
took
stone,
him instead.
especially if they took it away from him, by force, or pretty much in hand. So, yeah.
Yours is a pure
And then Cardinal does
righteous
question
heart, my young
Mustadio's
machinist.
heart is pretty much
Proud
pure
that I'm like
righteous,
to count you
saying
among
that he's
my
a young
subjects.
machinist, and he wants to count on him between the Cardinal's subjects.
Be at ease now,
So,
Mustadio Carranza.
so the Cardinal
The
does
Church will
have a
take
little, as far as I
responsibility
can
for
tell
this
you guys,
matter.
he's got a little bit of praise towards Mustadio and his father, but he wants to try to question Ludovic wants Mustadio's aura sight. That's not going to be a matter of anything on it, or anything with attached to it. But he does state, guys, that Certs will take responsibility for this matter,
Our forces will
saying that
strike at the
the
villains,
forces will
during
strike
which
towards him,
time I bid you
not him,
retrieve the stone
and then
and deliver it
he
into
wants
our
Mustadio to
safekeeping.
retrieve the stone and keep it safe and not have anybody else touch it.
Of
And
course,
Mustadio does agree with
Your
him.
Eminence.
And I feel like that's not a bad idea. It's not.
I will go
And
with
then
you to Gorg.
well guys, our next location could be going to Gog.
Thank you, Ramza.
So yeah, I mean, as far as I know,
I too am grateful.
anything,
We would never have
everybody would
succeeded
start
in
being
reaching His
grateful.
Eminence the Cardinal
But
without you.
as far as I
You
know,
have done
guys,
us
the
a great
Cardinal
service,
can be
Ramza.
trusted with his own instincts and also his comments towards the four of us. But I can tell you that's not the case, because even if Ludovic wants to have some with Mustadio and his father to take the aura sight from him, good luck proving that. As long as somebody else is making a new weapon, it would only be for Maecenas, like an archer or some sort of a huntsman. And then Igris does continue to state, guys, that a lot of us will never succeed involving the Cardinal without him, saying that Ramza has been doing an awesome job servicing.
I can
Trying to
only wish
provide.
you well. Small
And
aid,
Avelia
I
does
know.
appreciate the fact all of us can wish us well and a small aid.
Your words are all the aid I could ever
Saying
ask, Your
that
Highness.
now
I
Ramza
swear
does
to return
appreciate the
ere long.
aid that he can actually have. So, but he doesn't hope to return that long. Besides, guys, the Cardinal is not going to be in the turn of events. So, guys, we lose Agrius and Ovilia. Now, speaking of other stuff, guys, sorry. I mean, this dialogue's been going good. That's to tell you guys what's going on. All right, guys. So apparently we lost Agrius for now, and as far as I know, I'll tell you guys for a second. We are getting Agrius back soon. That I can tell you, at least for sure. Alright guys, speaking of other stuff, I was going to talk about Steam for a minute, but let's get right to it. So guys, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store, guys. Pre-order, purchase, and make a name, and buy something. Head over to the Steam store, guys. Pre-order, purchase, get a name account on Steam, and buy something. If you guys are buying an old game, buying a special game. If you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite. You guys heard me right. If you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite, you guys can play those 2 games for free. You guys can play any of those 2 games on Steam with no extra cost. If you guys are getting into any sales today on Steam, you guys can check out this one Steam sale they have till April 6th right now. It's called the Steam House and Home Fest. Sosa Ribiro, hola, ¿cómo estás? Make a love shout out. How are you today, sir? I did fill my water today, yesterday. Let me take a sip for a second. Sorry guys, so that was all that good dialogue that I provided for a second. But yeah guys, head over to the Steam store and buy something. Now if you're looking to jump into a sale, let's have this one sale. It's called
It's time.
it's called House and Home
Your
sale
command.
that they got on the Steam store today.
Forward.
So you guys have till April 6th. So what it actually is filled, it's household chores, fun, and relaxation. So you guys can check out
Here I go.
games and buy them, like, for example, guys, Home Wars, and pretty much other stuff with simulators. I for one am not affiliated, guys, as King Guys and Luckiest Man to play household games in this perspective, but it takes a lot of work. It really does. If you're looking to get something in, in real world, that's another thing too. But if you guys want to buy games on sale today, you guys can buy the Bazaar for 10. You guys can get Astroneer for $7.49. You guys can buy Ghost Runner for the same price as Estrada is. And you guys can get Crashlands 2 for $10 today. Now, you guys can buy any of those games on sale if you guys want to, and begin here today. So, if you guys are looking to pre-order any games, you guys can pre-order GTA 6. I'm gonna go ahead and make it short and sweet. Now we'll end on this. You guys remember, I still think, you guys remember what I said earlier. GTA 6 is still going to win this year, for Game of the Year.
Will this do?
Every last month of the year, which is exactly December. So, and then you have other games like Resident Evil Requiem. I did not check out the preview for Soros, but I've heard according to a website that Soros is going to be another big game to watch out for, for Game of the Year. And as far as I know, Soros is going to be, as far as I know, Soros is going to be a strong competitor, along with Resident Evil Requiem. There's also a different game as well, and that is, I'm trying to think what others that are standing tall. Guys. The other games I was thinking of too is, actually, guys, I'm gonna get out of this battle. I'm gonna try a different one. But yeah, I don't believe there's a hateful idea for that. That's hospital is not. If there's gonna be an extra one, something to watch out for. At least for sure. We don't have to worry about the other stuff either. That's good. But yeah, as far as I know, Dragon Quest 7 is probably not gonna win anything. As King Guys and the Luckiest Man, just to, dig down deep enough. Or get back up a little bit.
I will go.
But we are still waiting to see
An excellent choice.
the release, guys, of Marvel's Wolverine on September 17th.
No
to watch
turning
out
back.
for too. So guys can, wait for our time period. Wait for everything else to get to, and... But no worries, guys.
Ready and waiting.
There we go, guys. Keep everything else in position. Okay, guys. 1, 2... Okay, 5. That's good enough. But yeah, I repeat. I haven't heard anything else as far as what's going on between that, or pretty much this or that at least. But we also want to see how Intergalactic Prophet does. And if you guys want to talk about that company, Neil Druckmann was actually questioned and was asked if there's been an update on The Last of Us Part 3. And he actually did state, he hasn't mentioned what's going to be the plan, since he's officially done after 2 seasons of The Last of Us from, guys from HBO. And he said the only game he's only doing as of right now, and strongly continue with is, something with Intergalactic Prophet for the time being. So he's not going to worry about The Last of Us Part 3, depending how the 3rd season does, through HBO Max. So, I mean, I'm not saying if we'll get The Last of Us Part 3 and have it end its own run, but I mean, if we do get The Last of Us Part 3, that game's going to be interesting, and how it follows up with the series, between the TV series due to the fact with the 2 games. Because remember, I beat both of those games between one game between the beginning, and then you talk about the middle. So it's pretty much the same point, exactly the same time. So I mean, I don't think we'll get The Last of Us Part 3 yet. I mean, I would assume probably not till maybe after next year. But we want to see how Drunkman does, guys, coming out of I repeat, coming out of Intergalactic Prophet does. So that's pretty much one of the other questions that Neil Druckmann was asked. If the others would get an update from Neil Druckmann and what his plans are for The Last of Us Part 3 is going to be. So there hasn't been much. Alright guys, speaking of other excitement, if you guys want to know my name on Steam, guys, is your king and your luckiest man, and your 2-time first place winner in bowling, and that's me, guys. Me, guys, Jack Dawson, 93. If you guys have nothing, you entirely have nothing to lose. I've been on Steam for 5 years. Let's keep something, extraterrestrial, enough to, take our time, and, not to have anything burned, not to have anything cold as much. It just depends what kind of combination you're looking for, and looking to, not, magically disappear as much for it. And I'm gonna have a stupid self-destruction. Okay, so everybody's still alive.
It'll take more than that.
Ramsey takes 70, between the wounds, and he's fine. Okay, speaking of other stuff, yeah, I've been on Steam for 5 years. As I was saying, this King Guy's the luckiest man to really summon. If you guys are into RPGs, like Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed, God of War, Elden Ring, I haven't heard much on anything else of Elden Ring right now, as far as for what I can really provide on it. God of War Egypt has not been mentioned heavily. Which I know it has not. But if there's, here's the thing, guys, it doesn't have to really verify. A lot of us can tell you, but there hasn't been much at this point in time. I know we'll get something in the future. Well, it's just a matter of when. Not a matter of when, guys. Not how, but when. I know we'll get something in the future, but as far as The Last of Us Part 3 goes, I don't think we'll get that anytime soon. I mean, as far as I know, no. I can guarantee we won't. If we want to see how Intergalactic Prophet does before we get ahead of it. And you don't want to be ahead of schedule for that either. We want to see how it really does in its own way. Having its own pastime for it. So we'll see what happens, guys. So, we don't want to toot our own horn for it, but there's enough to really hang in the balance. Okay, it's 35. Say goodbye to the bomb. As long as there's no detonator. That's good enough to see. Now, speaking of other stuff, guys, with RPGs. Now, I do know there hasn't been any other Kingdom Hearts updates, especially with Kingdom Hearts 4 having, Square Enix having a gut feeling, involving Kingdom Hearts 4. There hasn't been much, as far as I know. Not to have the truth above anything else, but, people are just taking their time. People are just waiting to see what's going on, to see how much they actually want to relate to it, at the same point, at the same time. So, there hasn't been much right now. But they are exactly, as far as I know, I believe they're working hard, to get not just Kingdom Hearts 4 carried away, but, or not to really feel harmful with the very first remake. I mean, the only remake for the very first Kingdom Hearts, so there hasn't been much right now. I mean, if there's anything, I would tell you, but there hasn't been much of anything yet. I know we'll get something, but it's gonna be a matter of time before anything, reaches its limit. And yes, guys, not only its limit, but exactly its preparation. So there hasn't been much right now, from what I told you guys earlier this year. There hasn't been much, but it's gonna be sooner rather than later. But speaking of other stuff, guys, if any of you today are in sports games like baseball, basic tennis, golf, football, basketball, if you guys are into, strong humor of any sports games, you guys can buy on sale. If you guys want to, take your time, but calling your own plays, calling your own shots, managing a team to protect our sport, or, looking to have different opportunities that people haven't exactly had at all, people can take their time and focus, people don't have to go on to the next one by saying anything. People have their own stuff. People have their own, stuff that they actually want to, take you talk about take one step at a time, and, you just stick right to it, That's all there is. But at this point, guys, people would have to try anything. A lot of us would have to try some in our own way.
Wake up. Thanks.
But it all depends. You guys can buy any sports games.
I must concentrate.
No extra cost. You guys can check out my brother Beatles. So I would throw this out really fast. You guys can check out my brother. Sorry, guys. You're welcome to check out my brother Beatles Eternally. You guys can go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Calls me Brother Jack. Calls me Brother Beetle. I call him Brother Beatles, excuse me. You guys can check out his channel. He's a really nice guy. He's a really good friend of mine. You guys can also check out Sports Time Machine. Utah Mike's been doing a good job with his, keeping up with the 1975 baseball season on Stratomatic. I know he's not been doing that much with Stratmax or Inside Pits, but I know he's doing some with, he hasn't done much with Payoff Pits. I don't think Utah Mike's getting that. The only feel I can think of is, I am strongly, as far as I know, I'm strongly leaning towards getting Payoff Pits soon.
Catch your eye.
And once I'm going to be doing some with tomorrow's quest through, my seed check being deposited. So I have a bit of a strong, there's a bit of a strong chance on what I'm actually leaning towards right now. So
Anything else I can help you with? Not today.
not to really get ourselves out of the way as much, but I am leaning towards something simple. So if you guys check out my brother Beatles, let's look up Beatles Eternally, guys, on youtube.com and check out his projects. Now, what my brother Beatles does, he's always playing ABBA baseball. My brother Beatles does actually PC baseball, strategy baseball. He just got done doing a live stream yesterday by doing the first ever demo, guys, for the newest demo for strategy baseball of this year. So guys can check that out. there's one other game he's also gonna be a
Whatever
bit
it
more
takes.
excited to play. 'Cause I'm thinking about it too. By the time we hit after this week, pretty much in its own perspective, and that is Payoff Pits on Steam. So, so guys, to check out my brother Beatles, just go to youtube.com and check him out. Now, speaking of other stuff, I've actually been keeping up a little more well on what I've been doing on baseball. I actually got done with Game 11 of my 1992 Pirates season. And let me tell you something. It wasn't much of a game at all. So, under me and my brother Beatles, guys, my 1992 Pirates season, my one-loss record was 1-9. I got my first win earlier this week. Thanks to one of my starting pitchers after game number 10, which was Zane Smith. So Zane Smith actually, helped me get my first win earlier this week of my 1992 Pirates season after my game number 10, actually. So I got done with that, the game 11 yesterday, and I repeat, it wasn't much of a game. And now, guys, I get to tackle a dangerous team who is, something that a team I would do better than what I can do after my first win in my 1992 Pirates season. And that is the Montreal Expos, because the Expos are a really good team, the way I look at them. So the Expos' record in their own right, guys, is 11-1. And after my 10 games, and after game number 10, guys, in my 1992 Pirates season, I'm officially 1-10 right now. I feel like I'm going to be blown away of a 4-game series at the Expos. I feel like I am, but we'll see. Now, as far as payoff pits goes, now my request for this week, guys. I understand I want to get some for my Two Love and Barrel, as my priorities out of 17. Like into some for Amazon, but I don't think I'll. I told my Musketeer for dying
I'll
that
not be defeated.
I don't think I'll get Amazon. I don't believe I'll get to Amazon right now. Maybe next week, by the time I get my next deposit. So we'll see what happens.
Don't you dare give
I
up.
do want to get some for my Two Love or Barrel for the last 17 years through Amazon, but so I've decided
I'll take care of that.
I'm grateful.
I'm almost leaning towards getting payoff pits on Steam. But if you guys buy it by the time it releases, you guys get officially a 10% off discount. So that's an excellent idea. That's a good idea to look at, though. So we'll see what happens. But alright, guys. That's gonna be the end of Steam for today. But if you're king and you're luckiest man, that's for today until probably this weekend. Don't forget to check out my brother Beatles, guys. Just go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. He also plays, he plays any baseball game, guys. A lot of us love baseball. Guys, baseball is
I must
life.
concentrate.
I've always thought, guys, I prefer baseball instead of football. Even though I've been a Steelers fan for 16 years, but it doesn't separate the man from the boys. A lot of us wouldn't care less about that. A lot of us would not. Well, guys, 35. So as guys can see, we got 2 monks, 1 archer, and 1 squire. A few of them won't mean much to anything in its own spot, and also in its own, zone, or anything in particular. But my name on Steam, guys, is ZachDawson93. You guys can check me out, share me out on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter,
I will not lose.
and we'll get to anything. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go YouTube.com, guys. Look up Beatles Eternally and check him out. You guys can also jump on the Steam, guys. We're going after pre-orders and in-store purchases.
Fruit.
Also, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. It always is. And we always want to try absolutely anything. You know, you take one
Don't give
idea
up
at a
on me.
time, especially if you want to help somebody out. That's a good thing. You don't want to
Where
have a
to?
lost cause. You know, waltz right in and make sure nobody gets, you know, strongly handed to somebody else. That's not gonna be, you know, guys. That's whisper and worry, and pretty much having, you know, to sneak out a little bit and wait for somebody else to take a shot. But it's pretty much more than enough as it's more exactly enough as it is. But
No
nobody should be
mercy.
able to, you know, feel backed up or anything. So, which nobody would. Trust me. Just taking one thing at a time is all we can balance and take. But alright guys, if any of you today want to
Nice.
help out the channel, remember, I've only been live streaming once. And that's exactly,
I shall be fine.
it's been officially every Tuesday, not exactly every Tuesday, but exactly every Thursday. Doing new episodes of Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles mostly. I haven't done a lot with Hogwarts Legacy for a while. I think like, I want to say the past 2 months now. And I do want to roar back into it. It's just,
Come on.
if it wasn't for me not being that tired, I would have done episodes for the last several weeks. I would have, but
Let's treat that.
we always want to take something in our own time. We always want to get enough sleep, get enough naps, and, you know, relaxation for a while. So I'm hoping to get an episode of Hogwarts Legacy on Sunday, since Sunday is Easter Sunday. So hopefully we'll see what we can drag. But alright, guys. But the only way we can get our numbers up, guys, I'm hungry for W rates. I really do. So if you guys can lock it, so comment and follow, that would be
At
good.
this rate,
That would be
I
good to
cannot
persuade
fall.
it. And not to have a no answer to attacks. But if you guys can do that, I can help you guys. I can help most of you anytime. You know, we're not going to be exactly extremely hard to find, but enough to help each other out on YouTube. Well, actually, guys, not just YouTube exactly, but YT. That's all we can do. But alright, guys. But the only way we can, you know, solve it and take our time by doing it
Am I done?
is we watch our videos in full.
What is this power?
I consider the stream, guys. So we have our social media, our
won't
YouTube
die
accounts,
here.
Facebook and Twitter. Excuse me, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And strongly enough to provide. And yes, guys, so much more. Now, we already talked a little bit about what we were actually mentioning
Leave this to me.
earlier today at the start of the stream, or joining this live stream, and that is involving, you know, how good, how bad is Super Mario Galaxy due to the sequel to the first one. Because remember, the first one was released back in 2023, where they had Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, Zach Black, Anya Taylor-Joy, Keegan-Michael Key, Seth Rogen. That's to name a few. So, I mean, I haven't heard much if they still want to do some
Here it
with
ends.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. And what I can tell you guys completely, Seth Rogen, I don't believe Seth Rogen is in Super Mario Galaxy this year.
I will not lose.
I mean, I can tell you guys not to have anything under repeat, but I know he's not in the sequel. I mean, I know he isn't. But as King Guys and Luckiest Man, I'm gonna get to in gaming news today. So today is April 2nd, 2026. You know, that's drive enough to really, you know, have
I needed that.
have enough existence, enough to not to get ourselves direct, or, you know, be impatient as much. As long as we get
I
these
cannot
characters out of
fail.
here, that'd be great. As long as we're not getting creamed. I guess 85-42. Guys, these goblins are Well, guys, these goblins are weak against ice, so we can get these three at the same time. But yeah, let's see what we got today. Nothing really tired us or anything, so. Well, guys, speaking of other stuff, so YouTube actually uploaded something, having actors, just a bit of actors, like as I mentioned, Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Zach Black, and again Tyler Zoe, for example, and they were having a sit down and describing Super Mario Galaxy.
I can do this.
I think it was earlier this week, or by the time that movie had opening day so far. But if you guys remember, opening weekend for the box office for the sequel to the first Mario is officially ending up, starting with 365. But that's a really good really good stats. I mean, talk about a strong start. So, I feel like it's a good start to begin with. That's all I can, not to have anything risen, but enough to question on it. But apparently, guys, let's get started. So, the Super Mario Galaxy movie interview goes viral. So apparently, guys, if you guys want to talk about how viral it is, well, apparently, guys, Charlie Day thinks, Charlie Day does actually state the following, that, when he actually spoke about a sequel to the first Mario, he talked about his second favorite, Luigi, was it won't go down well with Nintendo. I feel like if Nintendo wants to draw Luigi down to the sink, I would assume it's not exactly the way it seems. I'm not saying if it would be, but that's why Super Mario Galaxy has just been, as far as I know, the movie itself, the sequel to that is, it's not going all over the walls as much, but as far as I know, from what I've heard, the sequel with Super Mario Galaxy, people thought it got mixed reviews. Which another word for that, guys, is a mixed bag. So that's exactly what I've been hearing. That the reviews were mixed.
I will prevail.
The movie wasn't that great. All I've heard is I just thought it was just alright, but not the best. So apparently, guys, I and Tyler Joy then actually post by stating, "This is sending me so bad." So, and then she had a few crying emojis. So alright, guys. So let me get to a little bit of this interview that Tyler Day pretty much did. So Tyler Day was questioned, and actually was questioned by the interviewer by saying the following: I have a question for you, Charlie. If you play Luigi, a great Italian guy, who is your favorite Luigi in recent American history? And then Tyler Day did actually respond. In recent American history? Well, me first of all, number one. He responds, Luigi Magoli. So that's number one, guys. Number two. Pretty much Luigi in his own words. But trust me, guys, Charlie Day was just making a basic comment on,
My thanks.
involving that, and it's like, as long as no other character goes down the tubes,
I'm grateful.
you have your good character.
Just getting
You have your good
started.
spot. You have a lot of people having the same spotlight the entire time, so
I must
not
concentrate.
to have multiple interviews. Now, as far as the castmates, guys, what Charlie Day with them? So the interviewer does actually thank Charlie Day for his answer, and all they wanted was a thank you. So yeah, hold on. And then there's also a question at the bottom of this interview, guys. That I already told you guys just now. So apparently, IGN didn't have an
Stay strong,
IGN question today, and it actually does provide it.
It seems I've improved.
So apparently, guys, here's the question.
No mercy.
After Mario and Zelda, what of the following movies should Nintendo make next? Metroid, Kirby, Pikmin, an Animal Crossing horror film, an Avengers-style Super Smash Bros. Movie, or Nintendo will flop and Nintendo will give up. If you guys want to know my stronghold opinion, well, I mean, not to really,
I won't let you down.
not to really feel anything out of hand, but I feel like if The Legend of Zelda doesn't do exactly that well, then I mean, as far as I know, there's only been like one trailer that Nintendo recently offered
You're
on
good.
YouTube when
Ever
IGN
stronger.
uploaded it. So there's only been like one trailer, so we cannot tell exactly what The Legend of Zelda is going to do, from Nintendo. But we still have till next year. So um, I've heard there's a rumor. I've heard there's a rumor that Nintendo wants to do some with
My thanks.
by doing a Super Smash Bros. Movie with Star Fox
Do
in the
I look
mix,
stronger?
and also the other
can do
characters.
this.
Now, I don't think we'll get a Super Smash Bros. Movie. I mean, that's not according to Jack Black,
Better treat
but
this quick.
I mean that's exactly what one of the actors thinks. I mean, things
Come on.
pretty much at the same point at the same time, but if I'm just spitballing, guys, well, I doubt we get a Super Smash Bros. Movie. I mean, we would have to wait 5 or 10 years for that to happen. I don't think we'll get a Pikmin movie. I mean, the only way Nintendo would do something with that in mind, and just to have enough money in their arsenal from Nintendo. I have no clue. I'm not saying if Nintendo wants to do something with. I mean, Zelda's not going to be flopping a lot. I mean, they still got a lot of time to,
Easy
finish
enough
what
to
they're
try. Should
doing,
be fine.
and then just take their time by doing whatever's next for it. As far as Kirby goes, well, here's the thing, guys. Kirby is different from Mario. It's different from Sonic. But remember, guys, Sonic 4 is releasing next year through Sega, so. And once Nintendo doesn't have anything towards Sonic, though, which I know he does
I
not.
cannot.
I mean, I know they, as a
Die
company
here.
that always exists, they do not have anything to provide for that. At least not at the not at the moment. So,
I needed that.
I have heard Metroid could be in the works. Now, now remember, guys, I only played one Metroid game as a whole, and that is Metroid Prime Hunters for a specific Nintendo system. That's the
This
only
will
game I
do.
can remember. Now, the other game that
No
was
cause for
cool,
concern.
if we want to call it better than cool, guys, pretty much bigger, and it was Metroid Prime 4. Now, if you guys haven't played that game, there's really not much to tell. But the game itself, Metroid Prime 4, is really good. I mean, from what I've heard, it got an awesome score from the website. IGN did actually stand and deliver it so well. But that game did not win a couple years ago. So that game did not live up. I mean, the game itself lived up enough hype towards Nintendo, but as far as I know, the game itself, Metroid Prime 4 is good. From what I've heard, it's really good. Now, people thought, so I'm going to say Metroid. But I don't think we'll get Animal Crossing right now. I mean, the only way Nintendo would solve that is having more centuries to build something from the company. So now, I don't think Zelda is going to be flopping, though. I mean, Nintendo doesn't have to demonstrate anything yet. At least not at the moment. But yeah, we'll see how it works out. Alright, guys, speaking of other stuff, well, NASA's going to be interesting sometime this week. So I don't pay a lot of attention to that, but as far as I know, there's 4 astronomers and one mission. One big mission that they're going to be doing through social media, so that's enough to really afford. So we'll see how things start going. Hold on, guys. Let me see if there's anything else. Well, guys, one last article for today. Then we'll wrap everything up. Apparently they want to call it baby steps for some
Careful
reason.
now.
So apparently, guys, baby steps fans think that the game might secretly, excuse me, might have a bit of a secret of being a fan-made Uncharted 5. I mean, okay, why would baby steps be involved in a fan-made game like Uncharted 5? Did they announce anything for it? I doubt they did, because
Reggie, I'm waiting.
since the company would have gave us some sort of a huge announcement for that fifth installment. So, I haven't heard much, as far as I can tell you. But they actually have an official trailer already, guys. It's called Baby Steps. So I doubt
I've
Baby
seen
Steps is
better
going to do
days.
well if they're doing some like a fan made game, guys, of Uncharted 5. I do know we are getting Far Cry 7 in the future. I think sometime in the fall, but depending on Greedfall 2. I'm actually not going to read any of this. They're just calling it Baby Steps as coming out of Uncharted, which Baby Steps could make a little bit of sense, but not to its own kind. Trust me. So I just, I can see what following direction that they're
You've
doing,
still got
but
work to do. My thanks.
there's not much to offer at this point in time.
This
So,
won't do.
but I repeat, fellas, as far as if we're
Steady does it.
getting a Super Smash Brothers movie, I repeat, I would probably say no.
Right.
I don't think we'll get a Smash Brothers movie in the future. I know you guys remember what I mentioned earlier. I know, as far as I know, Tyree Day wants to do some with,
This
with
bodes ill.
himself as Luigi by doing some with Luigi's Mansion. I mean, if you guys haven't played Luigi's Mansion, there's been some good things that people have seen from that. Between Nintendo's own perspectives on it. So,
Better than ever.
Die here.
so I don't see why not. But if you're going to find somebody that continues to play Luigi,
I ain't leaving you here.
keep giving it to Tyree Day, because he's a good actor.
Leave this
He's
to
a
me.
really good actor, in a serious matter. Besides, guys, you're not going to find
Smart
anybody else
and
but
weak.
Tyree Day to, keep doing what he's doing. Despite the fact with Mario movies, him being inside of the other actors with what do you call it, guys? With
I cannot fail.
one TV show and towards one movie at a time. So, you're not gonna
Best
rush
treat
right
that.
through it. Trust me. But yeah, as far as if Zelda's gonna be flopping next year, I repeat, we don't know that for sure. We still need to see what's going on with that. So, there has been a bit of a rumor that we could be leaning towards. As far as I know, Nintendo is leaning towards maybe doing some with Metroid in the future. Depends if there's enough hype
in your
between
debt.
that and separates from Zelda. So, we'll see what happens. All right, guys. We're almost about done with this battle today. But like I said, if they want to do something with Super Smash Brothers, Nintendo can go right ahead. It's King Guys and the Luckiest Man, but I'm not gonna really say what date they're actually
You'll come
going to be
out,
doing
son.
production. Between those projects. Nintendo has a lot of work that they're doing with Mario. Already adding. Guys. We talk about the excitement with Star Fox in the mix.
I must
So,
concentrate.
we could maybe see them doing
I've
it,
got work to do.
but I just don't see Zelda flopping at all. I just don't
Tell
see
me
them
to-
jumping out of Easter eggs, jumping out of anything off the bat. I don't see them doing
You've
it right
still
now.
got
But
work to do.
there's enough to provide, so they're not going to really seal the deal
I'm ready.
for that yet. Hopefully in the future. But all right, guys. That will wrap. I will be wrapping everything up, guys. It's King Guys and the Luckiest Man while I'm doing this battle. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. with our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, wonderful, and also dry. If you guys are out in the rain, make sure you're not dancing in it. Just like Bing Crosby. But yeah, that's all we can do. But today, guys, the temperature's gonna be nice here in the state. Let's get up to 74 again. Or 77 today, so that's according to the weather between temps and how good or bad it is. But no worries. But yes, as long as we get enough warmth, get a good night's sleep, that's all there is. But yeah, guys, it's King and the luckiest man, so based on the schedule, I've got the same dates for the last number of weeks. I've got Monday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Which is, Monday in the mornings, I'm doing my routines, down at Chief, and doing some with Thras, doing some with, a little bit of supplies here and there. So that's enough to really, have good insurance on it and good policies. So I'm still doing a good job with that. But as far as cleaning bathrooms or, a few stuff in the back, they haven't been exactly messed with a lot. But I'm doing a good job with wanting supply with that, though. So there's nothing. There hasn't been a bad reckoning on top of that, though. Because that's what nice people receive. Also doing a nice job to Nick and Pete too. So that's enough to really provide, and also having good results. Everything's been good. Chief has been good for a while. But as far as anything else goes, based on the schedule, guys, after 2 to 7 today, also from yesterday, and also 9 to 2 this past Monday. You guys remember, I'm off tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, so,
Come on!
I don't think we tackle Mario tomorrow. As far as I know, we're trying to figure out, for my 2 Love and 9 guys, for 9, because we've been here for 9 years, what time we actually want to tackle Mario on Saturday. So we want to try to get everything organized, since they're going to be tackling dinner after that. And,
Not even close.
as far as I know, the original plan was maybe watching it on Easter Sunday. And what's Love actually just spent time for family this past Sunday. So this coming Sunday, it's the first we out in the open, so.
No mercy.
And plus, Friday is also requested off as well, through Chief. At the same point. And pretty much the same path that we're at, so. Now, as far as live streaming, well.
Trust me on this.
I don't wanna dispatch anything out of the box or anything, but I could maybe try to premiere Killing Floor 3 this weekend. Maybe by Saturday, but I'm not 100. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not 100% sure. Now, Hogwarts Legacy, I strongly want to get back to that game.
I must concentrate.
I'm hoping to get one tiny shovel and try to, get a little more electricity to, light my eyes up a little bit. That way we can get back to, magic binding, get enough to really get back to what we're doing and get back to reality for that game on Sundays. So we'll see how things, fall suit. So, but guys, it's all about taking one step at a time, taking one thing at a time. So you work, you rest, you want to spend time with people. Out of my 4 priorities, guys, for example, and guess just want to buy some time and make sure there's nothing else that's being set in stone. Well, guys, Scott Ram's a lock expo. Now, lock first came to the scene on RPGs since the very first Final Fantasy game. And that was back in '87, back then. But like I said, I do want to have some more time with Hogwarts Legacy and try to make a lot of time up for it on Sunday if I get a shot. But as long as nothing else is going to be crazy or anything, I do want I want to have a strong chance by getting an
There you
episode
have it.
going on Sunday.
My
So
own come.
doesn't matter if it's tiring, doesn't matter if it's bad, but I do want to know for sword again. 'Cause I hope I don't, but I really do want to get back to that. Hopefully. So hopefully Sunday, if there's enough time in need. So like I said, I don't see why not. There's enough time to really signify, get enough info, and get something to, work together as one to get something done, for instance. But I'm hoping to stay strong and try to get an episode on Sunday if I get a shot, but or everything is not gonna be planned. All right, guys. Let me take a drink real quick. But yeah, if you guys want to catch more Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles every Thursdays based on the schedule. Take you guys in a second. There we go. Make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. But yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions or concerns, remember, hit that like button, support button, and comment. If you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can type them in the chat and live chat. That way, guys, your king and your luckiest man can easily answer. If there's anything we haven't talked about yet, we haven't questioned anything about yet, or whatever's going on through, gaming, or whatever's going on, just to really have enough to provide and have enough in our arsenal to, pursue. And also, not doing it one human being, but have a lot of togetherness together. So, and enough to really appreciate what we do. We appreciate a lot of things. But also, guys, the most important thing and the most important rule, I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Remember, guys, the most important thing is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative, and we are at 642 months today. Thank you guys for that. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Anytime we manage to find people, socialize with people, and group up together, when we get a time, we talk about getting the chance. All we have to do, guys, is follow and share it on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. But you guys remember, don't forget to check out my brother Beatles. Go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. Check out his famous projects that he's actually doing. What he's actually doing on the channel, bringing a lot of us to his chats, and yeah, he calls me Brother Zach, guys. I call him Brother Beatles. I try to do my best. to, go to his channel when I get a chance, so guys can check him out. I know he's leaning towards getting, guys, I know my brother Beatles Eternally is getting, it's maybe like a bit of his buckle being, a bit of his buckle on his seat to, get in position to get ready to get Pale Pits pretty soon. Just remember, Pale Pits will be hitting Steam, and will be coming out on the 7th, so I'm hoping to get a bit of a shot of getting that game soon. And April 7th is exactly, it's actually this coming Tuesday. This is exactly the first Tuesday of the month of April, so that's something to look into. So keep an eye out for that. So remember, guys, it'll be April 7th by the time it releases. So PR Pits, I've heard it's going to be amazing, according to my brother Beatles. But just go to youtube.com, guys. Look up Beatles Eternally, type it in, and just go to YT here from now. But yeah, if you guys want to help out the channel, I strongly, kindly, as King Guys and Luckiest Man, to help me with my W rates as soon as possible. That way we can get back to 24/7 with streaming and, get something out of our busy schedules and, have enough to, have a lot of smiles, have a lot of things going our way. So, but no worries, we wanna have enough to really encourage, not to really, feel left out, have something to envision. But I repeat, I I do want to get back to Hogwarts Legacy on Sunday. I just gotta have enough, not being, not be, napping or, snoozing a lot. But I repeat, Saturday we wanna, no, Saturday, guys, between number 9 for my two love and I do know, by the time we tackle Super Mario Galaxy on Saturday, if most of you want me to tell you guys how Super Mario Galaxy was, I can strongly tell you guys, hopefully Sunday, if I get a sign. If not, I'll be back once again, guys, for another week. We'll see what we can end up going. Hold on, guys, I finished up. Hold on. But I'll let you guys know. Give you guys info to post up when we have enough time to bond and, share our thoughts. So, about Super Mario Galaxy. But I repeat, I've heard the reviews were fine, but not exactly that great. Not a strong hype. But alright, guys, the only way to help out the channel is W rates. Give us a thumbs up. But the only way we can do that, you guys can help me, I guess only help you guys, is working together. And the way we do that is we watch our videos in full, like and say the stream. We can say we have enough in our arsenal. We can say we got enough Zeus's. And we can say we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, and not only our YouTube accounts, guys, but also Twitter, X, and Facebook, and our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, with this testimonial. Alright, guys, that's going to wrap up today on a Thursday. If you guys did not have a joke from yesterday, it's always good to have a lot of laughs. It really is. It's really fun to see. Hold on, let me get my message real quick. And, and apparently not a... Hey guys, we'll have enough to really see what we're going to be doing on... If I'm hoping to get Hogwarts Legacy, hopefully, and finally get an episode on Sundays if I get a shot. So, I'll let most of you know how Super Mario Galaxy goes ASAP. It just depends if I'm not too tired by Sunday during Easter. But we'll see what we can do. Just remember, don't forget to check out Beatles Eternally. Just go to youtube.com/Beatles Eternally. And the brother knows his based on projects that he does. And I try to do what I can do. So I'm trying to keep up on this channel. But yeah, that's where it really leads to, and that's how much warmth it gets and enough comfort. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap everything up for today. Guys, have a good rest of your Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. If you guys are getting rainy a little bit from yesterday, you don't have to dance in the rain just like Bing Crosby or, Dick Van Dyke from City City Bang Bang or anything. So, I know he's not in Singing in the Rain. I know Liam Neeson's not in the movie. I mean, Liam Neeson was like he wasn't even born by then. Well, I think he was in his, I think it was like in his 30s. Which it also separates 13 years before Star Wars was released. So no doubt. Not a great performance. But no worries, guys. We'll see what happens here and there. But yeah, you guys have a good rest for Thursday morning. I can try to get an episode of Hogwarts on Sunday. Maybe try to suit up maybe a premiere if there's enough time for Killing Floor 3 on Saturday, but we'll see. But you guys have a good rest for Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. This is King, your luckiest man. Just trying to relax and rest, and I'll do it before I do my afternoon stuff with nice people at Sea towards Nick and Pete as King, guys, and the luckiest man. So you guys have a good rest for Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night.